Please subscribe, like, and share. It really helps us out. And of course, if you have any questions, comment below and we will answer you as soon as we can. Welcome to this video about economics in action. Topics covered today are as follows. The throwaway economy. If you haven't seen our previous videos, click on the card above.
The throwaway economy refers to the prevalence of consumer goods that only last for a short period of time. When they stop working or are no longer relevant, we throw them away and replace them with new goods. This is in contrast to an economy where resources are more scarce, and if a good is purchased, we expect to make it last a considerable time, repairing if necessary. For example, in the past, if our socks had a hole, we would sew them up, called darning your socks. But, these days, if socks get a hole, it is more convenient to throw them away and buy some cheap socks instead. If average wages are $10 an hour, why spend 30 minutes sewing your socks, when you can buy a new pair for $3? In the past, wages were much lower compared to prices. If you only earn $1 an hour, then it is worth sewing your socks to save buying a new pair for $3. Therefore, rising real wages make a throwaway economy more likely.
In the past, there were many TV repair shops. If your TV or electronic goods broke down, you would try to have them fixed. In today's world, if a TV broke down, we would be liable to throw away the TV and buy a new one. It is not so expensive and electronic goods are always offering new features. After a couple of years, your electronic goods can feel outdated pretty quickly. I no longer have a stack of CDs or DVDs anymore. This is brought into focus by the number of tin openers we have been through in the past 12 months. We have bought 4 tin openers, all of which have ceased working after a short period of use. In each case, we have thrown it away and bought a new one. The first 2 were from local supermarkets. They cost about $4 and looked fairly robust. But, after a few weeks, they stopped working properly and then failed completely. We brought some from a local cheap shop, similar to a pound or dollar shop. The first tin opener did open 1 can of soup, then it snapped. $1 to open 1 tin. That is called a false economy. We took it back to the shop and the workers left. They obviously got return tin openers all the time. They got a replacement, but that broke straight away, even before opening a tin. Pound and dollar shops have many benefits, primarily low prices, good value, exploiting economies of scale, and even making a contribution to a lower inflation rate. However, they do have their drawbacks. Focusing on low prices can lead to low quality. It creates a throwaway economy. A situation where if something breaks, we just throw it away and buy a new one. We can put a man on the moon, and perform micro-heart surgery, but there's nowhere to buy a tin opener that will reliably work. This is the throwaway economy.
So, what are the costs of the throwaway economy? Firstly, environmental costs. Rather than have one pan which lasts for a long time, we may keep buying new ones every couple of years. This is an environmental cost, the use of scarce resources, and additional transport. Thus there are external costs of a throwaway economy. We pay $1 for goods, but because we overconsume we are using more environmental resources than necessary. 1. Disposed of goods can cause toxins to be released into the economy. For example, old TVs with CRT monitors contain approximately 2 to 3 kilograms of lead, a pollutant, and neurotoxin. 2. In the U.S., approximately 350,000 mobile phones are disposed of each day, according to 2010 figures from the EPA. 3. Lost precious metals. The EPA says that for every million mobile phones recycled they can gain 35,000 pounds of copper, 772 pounds of silver, 75 pounds of gold, and 33 pounds of palladium. But, only 22% of mobile phones are recycled, so all these precious metals are lost. 4. All goods have a carbon impact caused by production and transport. If we use one-time goods, we are adding to the carbon footprint and contributing to global warming. 5. Many single-use goods make high use of plastic. Plastic pollution is increasingly recognized as a problem because it doesn't biodegrade. Secondly, low-quality goods. A throwaway economy encourages firms to produce low-quality goods. In the past, if something broke, we would be more liable to complain. These days, it's easier to just throw it away and buy a new one. I haven't made a formal complaint about any of the 4 broken tin openers because what's the point in quibbling over a $1 to $4 tin opener? For firms, there are no incentives to produce a really reliable tin opener for $10 because it is hard to sell a tin opener on the basis it is guaranteed for 40+ years. Low prices are easy to see. Long-lasting durability is not easy to see. So the incentive for firms is to produce goods that are cheap and cheerful.
Thirdly, it encourages laziness. Rather than do the washing up, we buy disposable cups and plates, creating additional landfill sites. Next, we don't value goods. My grandmother's kitchen was amazing. Everything in it, she had owned for 50 years. Pans lasted 50 years, cups, saucers, everything. She really took care of all her items. She was brought up in an era when the idea of a throwaway economy didn't exist. But, this care for her own goods, to make them last, was quite touching, something lost on the modern generation. This isn't just nostalgia. And my grandmother's tin opener always worked. Lastly, Pareto inefficiency. A throwaway economy has long-run inefficiencies. We use precious metals and non-renewable resources which will have increased costs in the future. There are, however, benefits of a throwaway economy. It encourages mass production and economies of scale. It can be cheaper to produce new goods than repair them. Throwing away our mobile phone after 2 to 3 years enables us to get a new model with more features. Cheap goods make them more affordable for many people. You can still try to repair goods if you want to. Thank you for watching our video. Please like, subscribe and share. And comment below so we can clarify things for you.